Hey, what's going on everyone? CPAT here with some more Exceed commentary. It's been a while, but we are back. This is the Pooky's Barfight Night Tournament run in the Breakfast Club. This is a Season 1 and Season 2 only tournament. We're going to see Gentlysweeps here on the blue side, bringing out the Vincent. This is a character that I am not really super familiar with, other than I know that he's not the strongest. Or at least that's what I've heard. Although, I mean, it's Season 1, so they're all going to have their weird, random jank strong stuff. Against the Imogene from Snow Catsune here on red side. Vincent's on a character I don't know very much about. We can take a look at the kit here, I guess. This looks like Vincent will be going first here. Looks like just a... Oh, not a prep. Okay. Alright. Anyway, let's take a look at the kit here. We have a card that has 2 guard on it for some reason. Of course, Vincent can add guard to his strikes by spending force to do so. The backside gets a little bit of armor as well. This is just like a weird jank card. The boost on it seems alright. So we're going to see the rushdown boosted. Close 2 spaces and plus 2 speed. Hey man, like, I mean, these are supposedly bad characters, but that's a pretty good looking boost right there. Although, moving into range 2, which is a little bit Imogene's wheelhouse there. So we'll take a look at Imogene's kit here. Sorry, we were looking at Vincent's kit, but we got distracted. Basically, everything Imogene has hits at 2. She's also got this ultra that she can validate by spending 3 life. But as the text on this ultra alludes to, Imogene is very much a wild swing character. So she sets her wild swings face up. However, she can correct her wild swings at the cost of 1 life. Imogene's also a character that likes to trade a lot. I mean, we see a lot of cards with guard on them. And then if we take a look at some of these transforms, of course it's Season 2, so we are going to have transforms out. A lot of these transforms allow her to kind of trade really, really well as well by gaining life. Like we gain life here, we gain life here, we gain power here, we gain life here. So kind of like an interesting like healer type character as well. We'll finish looking at Vincent's kit here. We have the Gatling Punch, which is kind of looks like a payout move. Plus 5 guard and strike seems like a really overcosted boost, but that's season 1 for you. Majority Whip, it's funny, I guess. It's got the catastrophe boost on it. We're gonna see Imogene looks like she's gonna initiate a strike from hand into the plus 2 speed. As we take a look at the rest of the kit here, National Guard has a funny card here. Notably, it does get worse on backside because you take less damage, but it's your Crosscatcher. Crimson Barrage is like a really, really funny... I wonder if Crimson Barrage comes out here from Gently, if Imogene's initiating a slow here. Vincent not spending for the UA. So probably, I mean... Cross from Vincent super safe, although puts Vincent like really, really far away. Although Imogene doesn't like to be too far away either. Both these characters kind of brawly. Looks like we have like a weird stare down here. Looks like it's gonna be the sweep into the Holy Warding. The Holy Warding will go first. We'll hit for 4. We'll draw a card, and then the sweep will hit back for 6. Holy Warding. Let's take a look at the transform on Holy Warding. Corrupted Power is a pretty good transform here. When you spend 1 or more gauge, gain 1 life. Imogene's not really going to be spending a whole lot of gauge on her ultras, because this one you can pay for with life. This one basically just says invalidate your attack plus 3 power, or Desperate Prayer. It's also a decent boost. Looks like these players are just resolving the thing here. Yoinks the Purifying Chime. That's actually a pretty good pull there. Has a transform on it, and just like a really, like, just a solid range 2 option from Imogene that's just never going to lose, right? Okay, yeah, they're just fixing off tilts. Of course, the Holy Warding does have 1 armor on it, so the sweep only does 5 after armor. So now it's back to Vincent's turn. I'll take a look at the rest of... Crimson Barrage is a pretty... That hit effect is super strong, right? This is on a card that can be difficult to hit. As we see just the prepare action come out from Vincent. I mean, 4 power, 1 speed. Of course, you can add guard to it with the UA. But that hit effect is just absolutely insane. The boost, I have no idea what that boost is doing. Why does that boost even exist? That boost is basically like a change cards 2, or no, it's not even change. It's like a change cards 1 kind of weird. Whatever. Ballot fixing is an insanely good ultra. 1, 2, 4, 8. Ignore guard. Season 1 has a lot of these weird kind of jank, not jank, but just these kind of big number ultras. This one's big number on speed, 8 speed, and then Phoenix Survival. I mean, I get I guess Vincent's a healer character. I don't know. I don't really know what that card's doing. Anyway, we're going to see the Fierce boosted from Imogene. Makes perfect sense here. Imogene's standing at range 2, her preferred range, where everything hits and things trade really well as well. Notably, I think with a Purifying Chime down, if Vincent had a cross, probably strikes with it. We're going to see the Bunker Buster boosted. Ignore guard and draw a card. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So not looking to trade here is the Vincent. Imogene should be looking out for something like an EX cross here. Not sure if Gently has it. I think if Vincent had one cross, we would have seen an initiation of a singular cross. So maybe that means that EX cross is in the hand. Who knows? Who knows? Way back to Snow here. That Ignore Guard is a slight cause for concern, because, I mean, Imogene wants to be trading here, right? Guard, 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 guard. Moreover, as we stated a couple turns ago, that Purifying Chime, which is the fast range 2 special option from Imogene, got knocked out of the hand via the sweep. We're going to see Imogene spend 1 force in the form of block to move to range 1. Range 1. Does Imogene have something with 3 armor? Because, I mean, something like a Grasp isn't very high value, but it's free for Vincent here. I don't know, moving to range 1 against the Ignore Guard boost. Surely this is not something like an EX focus on deck for Snow Catsune to try to counter the Grasp. That would be really, really spicy. Imogene, we know doesn't have EX Grasp online because of the Fierce boost, right? So, I can't really think of another reason why Imogene would move to range 1. I don't think this is an EX cross situation from Imogene, so I think that this is like either a move with good enough armor, so EX focus basically, or a second block even. It's a thinker. It's a real thinker. Looks like Vincent can be initiating strike here with the top deck. Again, has the Ignore Guard option on it. Imogene reveals second Grasp. It is the Phoenix Ascent at speed 6, which will lose against second copy of Grasp. So I guess Vincent kind of making a bet there that Imogene wouldn't strike on curve. The 2 guard of the Phoenix Ascent will not be enough. We'll get stunned out. There'll be a 5 damage Grasp incoming from Imogene there. Good combat win there. Puts Vincent on short side of board as well. Has all this room to maneuver back if need be. Snow just preps, rebuilding the hand a little bit. Imogene, of course, not really incentivized to offensively Wild Swing because of this UA. Incentivized to defensively Wild Swing, however. Because the set your Wild Swings face up is no longer a detriment. Huh. Yeah, I guess Gently just took a little bit of a risk there. Didn't pan out, however. Is that Guile? What's going on there? Oh, no, it's not Guile. We're going to see a reading come out here. Read on block, even though the block was already down. Surely this is not a spike. So we're going to see a hand review of Mortar Slash, Spike, Focus, Sweep, Blood for Blood, Sweep. So interestingly, this is a hand that fully loses to Spike, weirdly enough. I think Emogene probably just Wild Swings face up here. Start getting that kind of thing going. Reading block's definitely an interesting one there. I wonder if it's a fake reading, where just like you're reading more to get hand information. I don't know if Gently's the kind of player who would do that. So assuming that this is Spike is not screwed. No profanity on the channel. Not screwed because I mean Emogene has 2 chances to Wild Swing, right? To Wild Swing something that beats a Spike. And we're going to see the dive Wild Swing. It's actually a cross from Vincent, interestingly enough. And yeah, I guess this was like a weird... Yomi. Yeah, I guess this was like a weird like reverse reading, right? Where you hope the reading whiffs. Well, I guess we now have the knowledge that Gently's the kind of player to make that kind of play. So there you go. Vincent now standing at range 3. Feels like such a low impact combat though, right? It was a measly 3 damage, and you spent both a focus and a cross to do so. To do that 3 damage. I'm now staying at range 3, where a lot of Vincent stuff doesn't really hit, right? That doesn't hit, that doesn't hit, that doesn't hit. That does hit. And that hits, but, I mean, at range 3, that's kind of suspect, I think. Has built second gauge, but now outside of the range of the ballot fixing as well. That's just a card that you're going to be, especially in this matchup, a card that you just really, really need to be holding over Emogene's head at almost all times, right? Just because, I mean, it's just insane. 1 block down as well already for Snow Catsune. Curious decision to go with the cross there. Maybe there's an EX Assault or something on deck, as we see the light boosted for Emogene here, plus 2 speed. We'll get teched almost immediately. Okay, they've drawn for end of turn. Back to Snow here. Well, I hope that's not coming through on the mic, but I'm eating some pineapples, and they were louder than I thought they would be. Guess we're not eating for the rest of the stream here, or the cast. See, Emogene initiate strike here at range 3. So range 3 mix up, plus we can have a Guilty Payon and the Blood for Blood. A Guilty Payon looks really good here, actually. We'll catch like something like a cheeky EX Assault from Vincent. You're not going to see an EX Dive come out. So a Guilty Payon looks pretty safe here. Could just be the Blood for Blood, which is essentially just a range 3 sweep. Okay. And we have this little stare down here again until someone reveals the card. No UA. And it's going to be a defensive spike into an offensive spike. Huh. Well, I mean, works out well for the initiator, right? Works out well for Emogene, dealing 5 damage there. Defensive spike trying to call out the range 2 sweep, or the range 3 sweep, or the range 3 Blood for Blood that we pointed out earlier, but I don't know. Just to me, it just felt like that spike, defensive spike, wasn't winning a whole lot of combats. Vincent gonna be offensively wild swinging. What? Okay. There's we're actually just playing the lottery here. There's 18 cards left. So we are just playing the lottery here. We look at the card counter and we see 1 spike, 1 dive down, so maybe Emogene tries to trade with slow. Trade with a 1 to 3 slow. We did see the hand of Imogene, actually, right? We know there's like a sweep in there. Sweep would be a pretty good option. Do we see a Blood for Blood in there? We did see a Blood for Blood. I don't know if you'd risk tossing out the transform like that, but I think you could just play second sweep here if you're Imogene, right? No, Imogene actually going for the Blood for Blood here. It is the sweep, so Vincent will go first. We'll hit for 6. Will not stun out the Blood for Blood. Yoink's the second block as well. The Blood for Blood will hit back for up to 9. Imogene will spend 2 life to do so. So actually like a really explosive combat there. And the Blood for Blood gets transformed as well. Which gives Imogene a little bit more staying power. That Blood Menstruation is a really good transform. When you set a Wild Swing, gain 1 life. When the opponent sets a Wild Swing, your attack is +1 power. Just absolutely wild scenes here coming out from the Vincent. But Imogene able to accelerate to an endgame position where I think she's definitely favored so far. Vincent standing just a little bit too far away right now, right? To threaten that ballot fixing. Which ballot fixing looks fantastic here, right? With 2 blocks down for Imogene. Still Catsune just happy to sit here and build resources. I mean, what's Gently going to do about this? Gently is going to exceed, as we see the backside exceed of Vincent here. When choosing cards for strike, you can play up to 3 force and you get armor and guard. Notably, this makes National Guard worse because you take less damage. That's funny little anti-synergy there. But hey, I mean, Vincent can build armor and guard. The only thing is it's very expensive, right? Very, very expensive. We're going to see the light boosted for Imogene here. +2 speed. As Vincent, I mean, if you can't attack it, you gotta move in or something, right, man? You can't stand here at range 3. In theory, you could have stood at range 2 had you not exceeded. And then threatened something like the EX bout fixing at speed 9. But not the case here. As Vincent spends all of his gauge to exceed, and that's a... Okay, we're going to see a strike from Vincent come out with +2 armor, +4 guard. I mean, if MG has defensive spike, she surely just plays that. I don't think this is an assault. It could be an assault. It could be a little bit of a bluff. But Vincent more than needs to trade. He needs to win this strike with life totals at 14-7. I think Imogene should probably just... If she doesn't have a good option in hand, she can obviously defensively wild swing and have 2 shots at something good, right? But striking into the +2 speed at range 3 is definitely very scary. I guess I mean, as Imogene, you are missing the dive side of the mix-up, right? Because Vincent's in the corner. So you can't dive over. So I guess that's something there. Like, you're never worried about losing to dive, so maybe it's okay. But Gently seems to be a very aggressive player. Let's see if this aggression pans out for them. Snow really taking the time here to think on what this could be. I mean, did boost the +2 speed from hand, but is it a bait? Okay, no, strikes with the card from hand. Strikes with the blood for blood into the assaults. That, did not expect to see that coming. So the assault will go first. We'll hit for 4. We'll spend 2, and we'll hit back for... Yeah, Vincent has 2 armor, so should be at 2 HP. So still alive. Not the end of the game there. Oh, gross. My counter thing is broken again. It's not crossing out the specials and ultras, which is kind of sad. Wonder if is it broken on both sides, or it is broken on both sides? Huh. We'll have to fix that later. I don't know how how it got overwritten. We'll just fix it later. It's not a big deal. Oh, actually, I know how it got overwritten because I accidentally cut. Vincent going to be initiating a wild swing with 2 HP and no defenses on it. What is going on? What is... Right, like bout fixing's not even a card that's a threat here. Gatling Punch is unlikely to stun anything that matters. Focus is just going to perform extremely well, yeah. And that is game. Not a fan of these offensive wild swings. Just trying to let Jesus take the wheel, but okay. Snow Catsune takes game number 1 with the Emogene over the Vincent. Yeah, it just felt like a little bit little weird there, how the game kind of progressed. Not really where I expected it to go, but this is a best of 3 set. At least I think it's a best of 3 set. I actually don't know if it's a best of 3 set or not. But I think it should be just standard counterpick rules. So, winner must switch, loser can stay or switch. Something like that. I don't... Let me think on the rosters. I believe Snow Catsune has the Eugenia and the Jeffrey left. So just going for the full Season 2 roster. Gently has the Cyrus, the Vincent, and I want to say the Reese. I wonder if they re-up with the Vincent here. Definitely some curious decisions. Also, Vincent's not really regarded as a super strong character. I don't really know anything about the player. And I know even less about their Season 1 and Season 2 proclivities, so, who knows? The only thing we do know is that we're not going to see the Emogene again from Snow Catsune. Wonder if we see the Jeffrey come out. Jeffrey definitely regarded as a relatively strong character, especially compared to Eugenia, who a lot of people consider to be a little bit weak. Although I don't know if Eugenia is, I guess, on the weaker end of Season 2 characters, right? I think the timing on this... Players are just having a little bit of a chat. Wonder if I should be looking up the rules while they have a little bit of a chat. Also, I feel like I added those little pictures at the top, right? I wonder if they're gonna break when I pick new characters for them. The little portraits at the top. Like, because they had to be resized to fit in there, so it will be a little bit awkward if that's not the case. So Vincent reveals the hand of EX Battle fixing a block, huh? Definitely a curious decision to exceed there if you had those available to you. Maybe I feel like those would have been worth more than the exceed side. I don't know. Hindsight is 2020. Okay, Snow confirms with us that the rules are loser can re-up, but winner must switch. So I believe it's going to be the Eugenia or the Jeffrey coming out for Snow. Where it's going to be the Reese, the Vincent, or the Cyrus for Gently. Let me just double check the rules here. First will blind pick, yada yada. Retired characters cannot be used. Loser of the game will decide who goes first or second. Okay. Okay, so we see the Eugenia come out. Put some Eugenia cards here. Against the Cyrus. Okay, interesting. We got season two versus season 2 here. So I actually do know these. I'm actually familiar with these characters, unlike the season 1 characters. Take a look at Cyrus kit here. First, we'll take a look at the UA. The UA means you get a bunch of extra gauge on front side. Take a look at the cards here. We see Cyrus has a lot of ranged options here. In fact, 4 out of the 5 specials are ranged options. We see the Whirl, and this is the original Whirl. We see Fast Fireball here. We see Mid-Speed-ish Fireball here. Mid-Speed-ish, I guess. Yeah. And we see the slower Ignore Guard Fireball. We have Treasure Hunter, which is just a bad combat reveal in a lot of cases. But hey, sometimes works out really well. Just an unguarded mid-speed here. Beat Sweep, loses to focus. Gets you a lot of gauge, though. And another ranged Ultra here. This one's actually really nice because you actually don't have to commit. And you get a little bit of a gauge recursion as well. Cyrus is a character that has a lot of recursion. Where is it? Memories of the Deep. You can play instant boosts from your hand as though they were from your gauge. There's that ability as well. And then second Ultra is a DP, which gives you a bunch of card advantage. Let's actually see if this will work. I'm not sure if it will, but let's give it a shot. Okay, Eugenia slotted in well. What about... Oh, Cyrus became a little small boy. Fix that up. Bam. Look at that. Improvements are being made to the channel here. But yeah, I believe this is a loser's bracket match, so the loser will be out of the tournament. I think it's a double elim, if I'm not mistaken. We'll take a look at Eugenia's UA here. Once returned, when you cause... So this is a discard character. You can reveal a card from your hand as a discard card to do 2 non-lethal... With the same speed as a discard card to do non-lethal damage. 2 non-lethal damage. Take a look at the cards here as well. We have just a standard range 2 speed 6 option. Low damage, but can obviously get pumped up. So normally this out of combat damage can contribute to stun. Absinthe arrows, so she also has a fast fireball here. We have the plot hook, which is just like a really long range, although low guard. With the infamous time for T transform on it as well. We have Warlight, which is the slow guarded fireball with a big good payout on it. And we have Color Spray, which is if you play it without the stun immunity, look at that hit effect. And then obviously the Unhinged is a decent transform as well. Okay, we haven't seen a move yet. Queen of Hearts is a really reliable win con here, although only hits at range 1. Will do good amounts of power. Cast Cradle, I feel like I see this less than the Queen of Hearts, but I mean maybe Snow will show something with this. Edge of Insanity is like a funny little boost that like forces your opponent to strike basically. So we're gonna see the Cyrus strike here. Again, this could be any of the 3 fireballs. The Aria is the fast option, although you don't get the value on the after, which is kind of sad. Siren Call. Or the Albatross Talon, which is the slow ignore guard option. Obviously, it could just be dive as well. Could also be a cross. So, I mean, yeah, up to Eugenia to call this. I will say, if Cyrus does lose this combat and is a fireball, it'll be quite sad. And we're going to see the Absinthe Arrow go first. Will hit for 2 damage. The hit effect, the opponent draws a card, discards 2 cards at random. The Siren Call, however, will not be stunned. So, the Siren Call will hit back for 4. As we see a focus and a sweep pulled. And there will be a match, so this will be 4 total damage, which will not stun the Siren Call, which will hit back for 4. And because the opponent's stunned, Eugenia will be pulled to range 2. Gets the Opulence transformed. And that's a good transform. It's a good transform. Actually, all 3 Cyrus's transforms are pretty good. Yeah, they're all good. I think you really want to get all of them transformed. Anyway, that was a turn 1 initiation from Cyrus. It is now Eugenia's turn. Eugenia's standing at range 2, where that Shimmer of Madness is on curve, and that's an important transform as well. Especially if you're able to get your discard effects down. Striking from hand here. I mean, this is probably just Shimmer. Could be a cheeky Color Spray. No, it is the Shimmer. We'll beat out the Treasure Hunter clean. Shimmer of Madness, of course, reveals the hand and discards a card of Eugenia's choice. What's going on here? Okay, we see a hand of Aria Dive. Getting rid of that Aria is super good. Gets a match on it as well, so that's going to be 4 total power. But getting rid of that Aria, although that's probably the least important transform, if I had to guess. I know, that transform's just super good, although it involves, like, you having to ramp up. Really, like, it takes a little bit of a while before... Actually, no, this transform's good, so it's sad to see it go. Has a little bit of discard recursion on it as well. Cyrus is a character with actually loads of recursion. One of those toxic Season 2 characters with recursion. Cyrus has to prep, but only one card in hand. Of course, the hanging by a threat is transformed for Eugenia. So if Eugenia were to strike now and Cyrus reveals from hand, that's +2 power. This is turn 3, and you're down to 1 card in hand. How did it come to this? It's because Cyrus struck turn 1 instead of prepped. That's basically it. That's the reason. From what we've seen, we do know that Gentlysweeps is a rather aggressive player. Anyways, back to Eugenia here. Eugenia probably doesn't want to stray too far away from Cyrus here because he has he's really good ranged options. Although we did see two of them go down almost instantly. We do know that Eugenia's hand does have a focus and an assault. Is there a world where Eugenia just strikes with the assault? Just says, hey, I don't think you drew a cross here. Let me just strike with the assault. Gain advantage as well. Really good value, especially if Cyrus strikes back from hand, which I don't think he will, but maybe. We see the light come out from Eugenia, +2 speed. And we're going to see that teched immediately. And of course, due to Cyrus's UA, that gets added as a face-down continuous boost that reads, hit add this card to your gauge. So Cyrus on front side can build just immense amounts of gauge. Then backside, so Cyrus is a lot like some of these new Season 6 characters where the front side's the build-up side and the back side's the payout side. Cyrus is definitely one of those as well. Okay, we're going to see Cyrus initiate a strike here. So this will be +1 power on it. However, Eugenia has +2 power on a hit effect. So this is pretty spicy. This is very, very spicy. Probably just cross. Wow, going under curve here is the assault. Assault will go first. We'll hit for 3 after armor. And the focus will hit back for 6. Also getting that no normal out of the hand. So yeah, I mean, that was a pretty risky initiation from Cyrus in that Eugenia got some good damage then there already. I mean, we see health totals here, 23 for Eugenia to 16 for Cyrus, although Cyrus does gain advantage, so we'll probably just have to prep. Don't think there's anything else you can do. Yep, and there's the prepare action from Gently back up to 4 cards, which is healthy enough. So Eugenia's turn notably does not have 3 gauge just yet, but does have 2 gauge. Okay, Eugenia initiates a strike at range 1. Probably just grasp or slow mix up here. Cyrus guesses wrong. We'll hit first for 3. We'll get bot back for 6. Actually, we'll get bot back for 8. That's brutal. That's actually, yeah, that's really brutal. Could be up to 10 damage. And Yoinks the assault. We know there's a known assault in there. That's gonna be 2 more. That's a 10 damage sweep. That is just, I mean, that's the early aggression from Cyrus, right? That turn 1 strike really coming back to bite Cyrus back. Just, I mean, that's it, right? Because Cyrus has been just struggling on low hand size all game. That turn 1 strike may be a little bit too careless. And Cyrus just unable to build back up. And Cyrus just initiating a strike here. Just keep in mind, both assaults are down, so there's only 1 copy of Arya left on curve. Obviously it could be the Whirl, though. Probably just the Whirl. But, like, I don't know why you strike with the Whirl instead of defending with the Whirl. I guess defending with the Whirl does lose to an offensive Wear-Light, but I wonder if Eugenia responds with the Wear-Light here, because this is almost assuredly the most obvious Whirl in the history of Whirls, right? Unless it's Spike. I guess it's Whirl Spike mix-up, so maybe it's not the most obvious Whirl in the history of Whirls. Eugenia goes for the Wild Swing. It's the Albatross Talon. Cross. Wow, that's spicy. So the Cross will go first, will miss, and then the Albatross Talon will hit back for 5. Memories of the Deep now transform for Cyrus. So can now play instant boosts from the gauge as if they were from hand. Eugenia now finds herself at range 7. Which is great for Cyrus, because now Cyrus has space to build. Eugenia's range, of course, only goes up to 6 with the Absinthian Arrow. That's a spicy strike there from Gentlysweeps. But I guess it worked out, right? But that's a really spicy striking with the Albatross Talon into the assault from hand. This is a player that clearly likes going for reads. Because we did have known assaults in the hand of Eugenia. But using the power of this card to successfully hit the Albatross Talon. I mean, it's good stuff, but is it too little too late? It's the question. Snow just preps, so now Cyrus has time to build. Okay. Cyrus actually says, no, I'm just going to exceed right away. We'll take a look at Cyrus's exceed side. And exceed side's pretty good. When you exceed out, your continuous boost to your gauge, because they, like, change meaning. Also, look at this. Look at this hunk of a man. Anyway, after resolving an instant boost, put it into play as a face-down continuous boost that reads +1 power, now move up to 1. Insanely good. Insanely good. The movement especially super good. So this game's not quite over just yet, because I mean you can really build up some good strikes here. I mean, obviously we'll pair with the opulence as well, so anytime there's a face down, if there's a instant boost resolution, then Cyrus will have +2 power, right? As we see Eugenia cross into range 4 with the run. Notably, this is not a question that Snow Katsune has to answer. But yeah, it's been this assault that was revealed like 3 times. Back to Cyrus here. Cyrus boosts Fierce at range 4. It's pretty spicy. I mean, the fastest option would be that second copy of Arya. Eugenia can't really do a whole lot at range 4 outside of the Absinthian Arrow. So I guess maybe Cyrus willing to play that mix-up game. Notably, if Cyrus were to strike with a card from hand defensively into a Eugenia offensive strike, which is happening, +2 power on this. Oh no, it's gonna be the Absinthian. Dive? That's not doing it. Oh no, that is so bad. The Absinthin will do 4 damage first. Then the opponent will reveal a card and discard 2 cards at random again. So Eugenia draws 1 card. Or sorry, Eugenia forces Cyrus to draw 1 card. Excuse me, the Lord of the Deep. And then the hit effect of Absinthin goes off. Draw a card and then discard 2 at random. Okay, there's the draw. Discards the Dredge Fury. And the Treasure Hunter. Eugenia reveals Plot Hook, that's 2 more damage. Excuse me, 1 more damage because Cyrus was at 2. Notably, Eugenia has non-lethal damage, so we'll actually need to find a hit somewhere to win. But, yeah. This is looking pretty bad. Oh, Gently just concedes. Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be it. Snow Katsune takes the set 2-0 over Gentlysweeps. Really aggressive gameplay there from Gently that I think was just a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too careless. But Gently drops out of the tournament. Don't know what place is going to be. I don't really know anything about the tournament. Snow Katsune will move on in losers to losers round 3, where they will face someone who I also don't know. Yeah, that hand's not cutting it, right? But just I think just a little bit more cautious resource management, especially into the Eugenia, right? Eugenia character that forces you to discard cards, and so many cards were discarded here. They all matched as well, which was actually really nice off of Eugenia's part. That was good for them. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. I feel like I had a thought there, and then I just kind of stopped it. But it was a interesting couple of games. Nice to see some old characters come out to play. But we'll see for the next one. I don't know if I'm going to be casting too many of these, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, guys, take care. Bye bye.